Now, what I wanted to speak about was, well, let me begin this way. Everyone would have heard of the Halley's Comet, right? The Halley's Comet. The Halley's Comet is a comet that appears once in 76 years near the Earth. It is special in many respects because it can be seen by the naked eye. Most other comets, so many comets are there that keep coming and going. You need huge telescopes. You need to go to the Hubble Observatory to watch them. But the Halley's Comet, wherever you are on Earth, you can watch it with your naked eye. It comes once in 76 years. Now, when the Halley's Comet comes to Earth, there are diverse reactions from the people on Earth. Now, instead of seeing all the different reactions, let us take the two extremes. One extreme, let us say somewhere in some place, some say Tom, Dick and Harry are there. You know, they are eating their dinner, they are having, and Tom says, you know what, Harry, the Halley's Comet is going to come. Halley what? The Halley's Comet. So, what is the comet about? It's going to come in the sky, it seems. Oh. So what's great about this comet? I don't know. You don't know. I mean, how is it better than French fries or hamburger or what we are eating now? I don't know. They say if you see it, you feel great. Let's go to bed. They go to bed that night. The Halley's Comet passes over. Nothing. What happened? Their life goes on. Now let's move over to some research laboratory where some John, Paul or somebody else. They have been waiting. You know, tonight Halley's Comet is going to come. 76 years. Yeah, it's fantastic. You know Mark Twain, the great writer? He was born in the year Halley's Comet came. He died in the year Halley's Comet came. He is a great soul. How blessed he is. Let's at least see this. And then the Halley's Comet passes over the observatory. They watch it. They are fulfilled. They want nothing else. They are happy. They feel the mission of their life is accomplished. They have watched the Halley's Comet, which comes once in 76 years. And then you have other reactions which range between the two extremes. That was an event that occurs once in 76 years. Now imagine an event that occurs once in 760 years. 7,600 years? 76 lakh years? More than 76 lakh years? That is an event when divinity descends to earth with a form. Are we Tom, Dick and Harry? Or are we John? And which end of the spectrum are we? That is what we have to see. Because Tom, Dick and Harry were blissful. They had their sweet potato and French fries. John is also blissful. But for one, the bliss is born out of ignorance. For one, bliss is born out of wisdom. Which part of the spectrum do we lie in? When divinity descends to earth once in greater than 76 lakhs years in a form. Once I met a person in Puttaparthi. His name is Mr. Mandale. Mr. Mandale is a convener in the Indoors Samiti. And he narrated an experience which was very awakening. He said that every Thursday, just like in the center we have bhajans here, every Thursday in his house there are bhajans. There, what they do in Samitis in India is the person with the biggest house is selected, and every Thursday they have bhajans there. That's how small centers, the house itself becomes a center. So every Thursday he is a convener, and in his house the bhajans are being held. He suddenly notices that the number of people coming for bhajans are increasing suddenly. In a sense, every Thursday 1 or 2 new people fine, but 5 people, 6 people simply. So he goes and asks them, how is it that you have come to know Swami? What is it that you want to know? And they all say, there's one sadhu sitting on the railway station there. He says, if you want peace of mind, go to this person's house and sing bhajans. So he wonders, who is this doing marketing for Swami in my house? So he says, okay, let me go and find out. He goes to the railway station, he meets the sadhu. He's seeing the sadhu there. And when he's going near that sadhu, the sadhu tells him, stop, don't come near. 2 conditions if you want to come near me. Condition 1, don't fall at my feet. Condition 2, I want to fall at your feet. So he says, this is very funny, but he is very eager to know you. He agrees to the conditions, he goes there, and then this sadhu is narrating his story. He says that when Swami visited North India, he had gone to Badrinath, Rishikesh, all those places. He had gone to the ashram of Swami Shivananda. And at that time, Swami Shivananda, who practiced Advaita, comes straight and falls at Swami's feet. His disciples are shocked because Swami Shivananda, who always stresses that you are God, I am God, there is only God, Advaita, how can he fall at somebody's feet? And then Swami Shivananda has said, this is Jagat Guru. And actually Swami and Swami Shivananda spent one day together, where that day Swami Shivananda was absolutely cut off from his disciples. Full day was dedicated to Swami. So at that time, this sadhu was a little boy in Swami Shivananda's ashram, a disciple of Swami Shivananda. So then he says that after Swami left, after a while, every time he meditates in the third eye position, he keeps getting the image of Swami. That is fine. He didn't do anything else. He is enjoying his meditations. Once, and then he roams all over India. Once he happened to come to Chennai, that is Madras. And there when he is going around, he sees a Swami's photo, a photo of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And then this is the first time he is seeing a photo, though he keeps seeing him in meditation. So he finds out, who is this and how do I see him? So people, simple, at that time it was like that, they said you just take a train to Dharmavaram. From Dharmavaram you take a bus to Puttaparthi, there you will see him. Thing is, that's what we all think. Very simple. If Singapore will take a flight to Bangalore, from there to Parthi. Or we think that's all it is. Just an itinerary will be formed, and I mean that is how easy it is to get to Puttaparthi is what we think. But what happened to this sadhu? He catches a train to Dharmavaram. Then he says it became very late in the night. So I decided to sleep on the platform there only. And next day morning I take the first bus to Puttaparthi. He sleeps. Next day morning when he gets up, it is hard rocky ground below him. It is fully dark. And he walks out. He says, I am walking out of a cave in the Himalayas. And I hear a voice which tells me, child, your time has not yet come. When it comes, you will be brought. And he says, I have not seen Swami till now. I have not touched the hallowed ground of Puttaparthi. Whereas you have seen him. You have touched him. You have spoken to me. That's why I say, I want to fall at your feet. We often think that by our will we just go to Parthi. We make our every year's tour or every year's pilgrimage. It is not. Every grain of sand, every piece of rock, every bird, every pigeon in Kulwantwal, everything at Puttaparthi has been called. So much for the importance, the grand significance of the avatar coming to earth. So what if it's once in 76 lakh years? Suppose I become a Harry. Okay. So what? The Halley's comet went down, nothing happened. So what if I am ignorant? I was blissful. So what if God has come? I mean, why do I need God? I am fine. I have a comfortable life. Everything is fine. Why do I need God? Why do I need to go to Parthi? Grand, great. What you said was fantastic. Halley's comet example was superb. But I don't need God, I said. Why do we need God? Swami has given a very beautiful small story. Swami says, there was once a king who said, everybody in the kingdom, listen, today I am very happy. Whatever you ask for, I shall give. Ask and it shall be granted. So everyone comes with their list, Some even get the audacity to tell, I want a crown. Everything. And then one old lady comes. The old lady says, I want you. King, I want you. I want you to be mine. very intelligent. Once the king becomes mine, everything that belongs to king is mine. So Swami says, you need not want God. You need not need God. You want something in your life, no? Instead of asking for those things, directly ask for the source of the things. Once Swami created a small coin in Trai, and everybody started craning and trying to see what is it. From who are in the back, get up on their knees, behind them they're little higher on knees, behind them they're standing, behind them they're standing there. All want to see what is that thing. Swami said, no, I'll pass it on. Swami gave it and then everybody, all heads move along where the coin is. Means if you just enter Trai at a time, okay, something is moving there. Everybody had seen, after 7-8 minutes when Swami got back, that coin, it was some African coin it was, and Swami just materialized it to give some example of how happiness and sadness are two sides of the same coin, they come together. But anyway, Swami said that, and the creator is there, you're running behind. I mean, you are not amazed. See, this is the source. 100 more coins I can give like that. No, you're going to gain coins. So from a practical point of view, every one of us have some needs, some wants. And when we have those needs, I'm telling you in a very, if we can call it, mean, selfish point of view, anything we want, it's better to catch on to God because He's the source of everything. But sometimes in life, no, this is not something, I'm not revealing a truth here. Everyone knows. Life gives such a blow in any way. It may be in relationships, it may be in health, it may be in finance. It gives such a blow and we are just devastated. And nobody, first of all, will come forward to help. If at all somebody comes forward to help, all that they can give us is loads of sympathy and tons of empathy. That's all. You feel with you, brother. Don't worry. That's all. Nothing is like, okay, fine. Yeah. Don't cry with me. Tell me what I should do. I don't know. Pray to God. When I was studying in Vrindavan, there is, just imagine this, a boy who loses his mother when he is just 5 years old. He loses his mother. His father gets terminally ill with cancer. And then, when he decides that I will study well and do well, he loses both his eyes. Anyone listens to this now, you will think that is one of the most miserable lives I never wanted. But let me tell you my story. Everyone will want to be create that life. This is my lecturer in Vrindavan. He teaches chemistry. He taught chemistry. He continued to teach chemistry in Vrindavan. He lost his mother when he was 5 years old. His father got cancer, which itself, not once. His father got cancer 7 times. And all 7 times, not once he received radiation. That's a different story altogether, in the sense that the doctor told him that, your father has just 3 months to live, and afterwards, recently his father passed away. 10 years after the doctor who told that had passed away. that is what God's grace can do. But this person, he is working in the chemistry laboratory, and when he is doing his experiment, there is sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is known as the king of acids. It can clean up anything because it just dissolves everything. So suddenly the flask tilts and it falls into his eyes. His eyes are burning. He shouts and they go, and that time the water taps, the plumbing was being done. So exactly at that time the water has been shut off. They have to run 150 meters with some boys' help to get water to wash the eye. They wash it thoroughly. Then he is taken to the general hospital in Puttaparthi. He is taken there and the doctor says something. And then he comes back. And then he asks his friend, what did the doctor say? So he says, doctor said, don't worry, she has put a bandage, everything will be fine. So he said, that's not the way you tell when it's small. Like, don't worry, everything is fine. Like you're preparing him for something terrible. He said, no, you tell me what the doctor said. But he's not telling. So he said, see, if Swami asked me in the evening, no, I want to tell him what happened. So you tell me what doctor said. Okay, listen, the doctor said that he wanted to save your eyes, but there's nothing like the retina only over there. So he says, don't know what to do. So he says, at that time, tears flowed down my blind eyes. He can feel the tears coursing down his cheeks. See, when you are born blind, it is something. You get used to it. You get used to it in the sense you use your ears better, you use your sense of touch better, and within 15 years you are adapted. You're almost as good as a person with eyes. But when you are used to your eyes for 30 years of your life, and suddenly for 25 years of your life, and then you lose it, you're absolutely at loss. And the pain hit him even more when he was sitting in the darshan ground. The music is coming and he is not able to see Swami. What a pain that is. And his friend is sitting there and telling, now Swami has come from the gate. Swami is slowly walking. He's given vibhuti to one lady. He's blessing another lady. And all the while, he's just crying. He's saying, Swami, what use is this life? I am not able to see you. You are walking here. And he says, finally, Swami walks next to me. The hem of his robes hit me. I am smelling him. I just got up and held his feet and shouted, Swami. Then Swami said, what happened? He's saying, my mouth didn't speak. My eyes, though they were blind, spoke in the language of tears. Then Swami said, no, don't worry, nothing happened. Gave him vibhuti packets. He told him, take vibhuti daily, put jasmine flower to your eyes for 2 days. Then Swami said, this is what Swami told him. He goes back, 2 days he did this, and he says, 3rd day, when he woke up in the morning, he suddenly says, Anand, get me that cup. Then he says, Anand turns and says, sir, how you do know it was me? What track pant I am wearing? You're wearing a... He says, he was wearing a grey track pant, but the word grey also didn't come. I didn't realize. See, many times these blessings, even just to be able to see, is a great blessing from God. Just to be able to hear, just to be able to walk, smell, talk. Such great blessings which we don't realize unless it is gone. Anyway, but he said, I was so thrilled. Rushed to the mandir in the evening. And when Swami came, he's just pouring out his gratitude. Swami says, don't know. But be careful next time. He says, my God. Be careful next time. There's a next time or what? So I said, okay. So he brought us specs because he's a teacher in chemistry. He was doing his doctorate in chemistry. So he brought us specs which is fully sealed, like some swimmer, Nothing can happen. Throw acid at my face, my whole face will melt, but I was. So that sort of specs he bought, and he's continuing with his research. And one day one new machine had arrived from some foreign country. It's a special machine, and in that a part of the machine, what it does is it mixes two acids to form chromic acid. For those who are not from chemistry, chromic acid is the great-grandfather of sulfuric acid. It is used as a universal cleansing agent in all the chemistry labs. After any experiment, they clean it with chromic acid because whatever is there, it burns, destroys the whole thing. So that chromic acid is being mixed. It is supposed to start bubbling, and it is not bubbling. So it's going on wondering, there has to be a color change. Chromic acid is golden brownish, it becomes dark, black, that way. It's not changing its color. And when he sees, he's not able to make out because this is having that color dust. So for one moment, he just removes. This time there was water in the tap, but no use. Absolutely no use. And he knew it from past experience. That's a very rare experience because once you lose retina, you can't get a second experience of losing a retina. But he had it. He had it. Second time, everything is gone. And same repeat, same repeat. Only thing the boy who took him for darshan is different. That is, he doesn't even, Swami has told him. And when Swami comes, Swami first says, I told him. Don't worry. And for a second time, Swami gifts him back his sight. Today he's, and you know the beauty he says is, before the acid went into my eye, I was myopic, I was short-sighted. Now I got perfect vision. In such times in life, every one of us gets. He had a literal dark time, in the sense, he literally, everything was dark for him. But for all of us in our lives also, things go dark, absolutely dark, and we have no idea. At such times, other than God, who can help? There is a need. There is such a need, because finally it is only God. It is only God who will stand by us, whether we call out for Him or not. That is what, it seems a man fell down from a cliff of a hill. He fell down, and as he's falling, just stretching out, and finally he caught one root in his hanging. Says, anyone up there? No voice. Keeps shouting, somebody help me please. He finally says, child, who is that? I'm God. Wow, can you help me come up? Surely. Just listen to what I say. Yeah, okay, what should I do? Just let go of that root. Anyone else up there? That is the way it is. In times, it demands absolute faith and absolute confidence in God, and to just let go. The thing is, such situations, just like a person who falls down from the cliff doesn't want to actually fall, but he fell all the way. All of us fall somewhere or the other. And at such times we need God. Kabir Das says, Dukh mein sumiran sab kare, sukh mein kare na koi. In times of distress, everyone remembers. In times of happiness, nobody remembers. Jo sukh mein sumiran kare, dukh ka hai ko hoy. He says, if at all in times of happiness you think of Him, why ever will sadness ever come to you? Once when Swami was walking during darshan lines, Swami was walking and everybody was showing letters like this, every letter. Imagine, Swami knows everything. This is sister, I am in trouble, there is somebody sick there, he knows everything, but everyone wants to give for our satisfaction. Swami turned to Professor Anil Kumar and he said, what Anil Kumar, all are simply giving letters. Simply, why do they have to give this? Swami appeared a little irritated. So in order to pacify Swami, Anil Kumar sir said, no Swami, maybe some of them have got emergency in their life. At that time, Swami said, his face immediately changed. Swami behaves so human with all of us. When we are with Him, we forget and we jolly enjoy like a friend, father, mother. But brief sentences. Swami said, once they have come to me, can they have emergency in life? Swami just walked on. Once they have come to me, can they ever have something called an emergency in life? I am taking care. Apart from that, second thing is, why I say we need God in our life is, do we know what we want in life? Swami once said, it seems a wife told her husband, go get some coffee powder. Okay, he said, I will go tomorrow. She said, there is no coffee, there are guests coming in half an hour. If you don't get coffee powder, it's going to be terrible. Can't you do that much? Just go and get some coffee powder. Okay, I'll go. So he goes out, goes to his first shop. Says, you have coffee powder? No sir, today we are out of stocks. Goes to second shop, it's shut. Third place, I say, no sir, we don't have. We have, but this brand, no, I need that brand only, otherwise I'll get it. There's no coffee powder in town. What do I do? He's just walking, he's depressed, he's demoralized, he's scared. Just 5 more minutes. Then he comes to a Kalpa Vriksha. A Kalpa Vriksha is a wish fulfilling tree. It is there in the Bharatiya Samskriti. There is a concept of the Kalpa Vriksha, a tree which can fulfill all your desires. And he sees it's a Kalpavriksha. Kalpavriksha tells, what do you want? He gives me some coffee powder. Swami says people come to me like that. Like going to a Kalpavriksha and asking for coffee powder. They come and ask me things. Are we capable of asking for what we actually want? Because let us, if we all sit back silently and think of all that we have asked for in life, of course we have met with disappointments. But many times we have been given what we wanted. And what is our condition today? Are we very happy? You have been given many things that you wanted, no? You are not happy. Can't you get the message from that? Are you wise enough to know what you want? Are we wise enough to know what we want? Just imagine if God were to come and tell, ask one thing, whatever you want. Only that one thing. Nothing else will be given. But that one thing, however tough it is, however hard it is, it will be given to you. In short, in your long list of desires, ask me your number one desire. I will give it to you. Because if always given a choice, rather if I am told ask for 9, I'll ask the first 9. Ask for 100, I'll ask the first 100. So ask for your top desire. I will give you that. How many of us are ready to ask for God? Ask what we want. How many of us have an answer? I don't have an answer. Really, I don't know. What is that one thing that I want? I mean, many of us know it in the sense of words. Like, I want God. Yeah, I want God. So if you say, I want a Mercedes, if Swami says, yeah, I'll give you, but how is a Mercedes? Swami, it is like this, it is like this, it's like this. So it has a steering and it's big. Oh, okay, I'll give you. So he said, hey, you want to be with God, so what? What does it mean? Swami, I want to be with you always, that's all, nothing. Sure, Swami, I just want to be with you. Nothing else I want. Okay, come, lie down on my lap. Wow, Swami, that's all. Sure, Swami. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hours, hungry? Want to go to the restroom? You want Swami most, no? So what do we mean? Means many times we know. Swami, I want moksha. Once one lady sitting in darshan and Swami asked, what do you want? Swami, I want moksha. Come, I will give you. I tell my parents, kids and husband, this one thing. Theoretically we ask. When we say, we want you, Swami, we want God. What do we mean by we want God? We ourselves don't know. We ourselves don't know what is priority number 1 in our list. Which God knows. He knows. And He knows not only how to give it to us, He knows how to make us want that. When I was small, I suddenly got this desire that I should take Swami's photo. So that was when I was in, I think I was in 4th standard or something. So I told my father, Daddy, just can you buy me a camera? He said, sure. He bought me a small camera. In Vrindavan I took pictures. And that was the camera I used. That was the time when they used to allow everybody to take pictures of Swami. And in Vrindavan I took my first few pictures. And whenever we used to go for darshan, I continued to take pictures. And then I got admission into Swami school. I came to know that boys can sit front and shoot good pictures. So I thought, you know what, I'll ask Dad for a better camera. So I said, Daddy, I want a better camera. He said, yeah, I will give it to you. Then I quickly went and checked through. I found out one of my friends had one small camera which had like a built-in zoom, and I said, Dad, I want that camera. He said, listen, Arvind, I don't want to listen. I want that camera. Yeah, I have one opinion. Dad, please understand. It's not everybody who gets to study in Swami school and gets to sit so close. I'm just asking for a small advanced camera, no? That much you can't buy. Okay, he bought me that camera. 5 months down the line, I felt a little bigger, it would have been better. So then I said, Dad, I'll take an SLR camera, which is a built-in zoom, I can change lenses. Small Tamron camera, it's not very costly. See Arvind, please, you saw the photos I took, no, it's better than the older ones. No, it'll get better. He gave me that. And now finally, I'm having a Nikon D200 with a 80 to 400 mm VR lens, very costly, expensive equipment, which when I suggested to my father, he said that, that day when you asked for that small zoom camera, I was planning with your mother to get this for you actually. But you're not even listening to me. What I can do? How many times will God not face the same situation? Swami tells many times, shut up, don't ask, shut up. He tells, don't ask anything from me, not because I don't want to give you, because you will ask from me something that is far, far, far less than what I want to give you. I know your top priority. I know what is your desire number one. You don't know. So that is why don't ask. Don't ask from God. Okay. So we need God because we never know what life is going to throw up. It's sounding like some advertising campaign for the insurance company. But God is the best insurance because any deposit is enough and it's full coverage. Everything, all expenses, everything, whatever happens. But some deposit. Make some deposit, that's right. So when we come to God, it's best not to ask. Best not to ask because then what we don't ask, we will be given the best. One day, when I was studying in my higher secondary school, I always wanted to get very close to Swami in the sense of a physical proximity with God. So it is like, as I said, I confused that when the old lady asked for the king, she gets everything that God wants, no? So like that I also thought that when I ask for Swami, I get everything, which is true. But I thought Swami is only this physical Swami. Just now, when we came in Uncle's car, I had that God and devotee experience, Uncle got down from the car and he locked the car, it's fully automatic, he has with him. He came near and he said, try opening the car, and I'm trying to open the car. It's just not opening. He came near me and said, now you try. It opened and I felt, wow. With God also it happens many times that, God comes near us and we do many things and then, wow, I did it. God does, if I go back now, you can't do anything. And I'm near you, you can do. He was the key person. The key that was the God. So anyway, I thought that kind of proximity, what I had with Uncle here, I thought that is what I should have with Swami in order to get everything. But that is when God teaches physically. When I most wanted to be physically very close to Swami, I absolutely got nothing. And I used to cry. I shed bucketfuls of tears. What 3 girls would not have shed in their life in one life, I said. I cried. Swami, is it something wrong that I am asking? I am asking for proximity with you. Why am I not getting it? I am not asking for anything. Why am I not getting it? It became so intense that I made my own formula. I said there are 2 Swamis. One Swami who has come for the welfare of the world. One Swami who has come for my welfare. And my Swami is always with me. See, as I am speaking, he is next to me here. As I walk, he is holding my hand and walking. And in order to get the realism of that simulation, it's a mental simulation. Our minds are so wonderful. That's why Swami says, mind is responsible for your liberation or for your bondage. It is an amazing simulator. We can simulate anything and it happens to us. So I would simulate that Swami is walking. And I hold my own hand like this. I am grasping Swami's hand and I am walking. And I talk to him, whatever. And I, in a sense, stopped worrying about Swami. Whatever. Swami comes for the time, I look at him. I look at him so that I can study the features and get all the eye, everything. So that in my simulation model, I can build up that. He smiles. If he smiled at somebody there, I make the same smile and turn his face to me. But it was very powerful in the sense that I began to smile again in my life. I began to feel very happy. I didn't feel any need for Swami to talk to me because whatever I wanted, I would talk. And before that simulation, whenever few times I had a chance to speak to Swami, I speak in Kannada, Swami responds to me in Telugu, which I don't understand. So in my simulated Swami, because it's a simulation, my Swami used to speak only Telugu. That's what I used to think. Because I've never heard him speak Kannada with me. So I also start speaking. And ఈ రోజు నేను చాలా బాగా మాట్లాడవచ్చు తెలుగులో. Means I can speak quite well in Telugu because of the simulation. So it is not only imagination, it works. I picked up my Telugu speaking to my simulation Swami. Now one day, you know what I did? I did like an experiment. I told my simulation Swami, I said, Swami, it's so wonderful life with you. He said, yeah, I know. Swami, you know that other Swami is there over there. Yeah. Swami, I feel attracted towards him also. Yeah, no problem. I'm not possessive. All this is not Swami speaking. It's not a vision. I am only imagining. I am building that. I said, but Swami, for my sake, once can you just tell him to take my letter? I feel nice. Okay, don't make this a habit. Huh? No. Just tell him no once. Fine. Whatever I write, he should take. Okay, today whatever you write, I'll ensure that he takes. So purposely that day I write a letter and sit in some third line. Swami comes, asks and takes the letter. Wow, yeah, Swami is having power over the worldwide world. But again, you know, it was again slipping back. Slowly back into the physical. No. So again it happened when I had a fight with somebody, I was a little irritated. Then I told Swami, again I'm feeling, don't feel, I'm there with you now. Don't get irritated. Don't get frustrated. Be smiling. You know you have got a treasure. I'm there with you always. How can you ever feel bad? Whatever you want, I'll give you. Sorry, then tomorrow tell him to come and speak to me. So next day, nothing. Swami just walked. He didn't even look at me. And I felt very depressed. I said, I'm absolutely alone in the world. This is all mental imagination here. Throw it out. And those were the 4 most miserable days in my life where I felt all alone. I can't share with my parents, I can't tell Swami because Swami is not looking at me, and my Swami was just a hallucination. And then one night, as I'm sleeping, I'm having a dream. In the dream, you know, whole world, everybody, I'm seeing my friends, my family, my relatives, everybody is out to get me and hit me. So I'm running in the dream, and I say, no problem, let them come. I'm all alone, but I'll fight. And somebody says, instead of fighting, you can just complain to the manager will take care. I said, okay. So there's one wooden door like this. I open, and Swami is standing there in a white robe. I said, manager, I'm still angry with him. And then Swami opens the door and comes out. And it tells, don't worry, just be here. I said, okay. Out of respect for Swami, I'm standing there. Then Swami says, I'm feeling like going for a walk. Shall we go? Why are you asking me? No, before you do everything, you tell me. So when I do anything, I'll tell you. Okay, we go. And then we are walking. And you know, in my imaginary Swami, when I used to make my simulation, I used to tell Swami, you always walk onto my left. Because on the road, vehicles are coming here. They'll just hit you. You walk this side. In my dream, Swami says, can I walk that side? I say, why? No, vehicles are coming, I'm scared. I'm not used to walking this side. And then we go ahead. In my simulator, what I used to do is, as I'm walking ahead, Swami, all these students are now coming, don't start chatting with them. You be with me. You're my Swami. So, yeah, I'm yours. Then in the dream, say, I mean, look, band boys. So, yeah. So just, I don't want to talk to them, I want to talk to you only, okay, let them. I just stand and you tell me how you know all this. You tell me how you know all this. And then Swami has a tear in his eye. He says, till 4 days back, you used to tell me everything. Why have you stopped telling me? And and I break down in my dream. And when I wake up, I'm feeling so sad because whatever, any feeling, he says, no, you take one step towards me, I take 100 towards you. One feeling, intensely it responds back. And that was just because God knows that every one of us is seeking permanent happiness, where we want to be happy always. And we can't get permanent happiness from anything that is impermanent, including Swami's physical frame. So even if it means that you have to shed few tears, I will teach you that lesson because I truly love you. I can't see you sad. I don't want you to base your happiness on the physical frame. I want you to base your happiness on me. And I am there with you always. Because once I gave up this and really started talking to my Swami, that here and there, without me knowing, Swami speaks. I mean, even like before coming to this was an absolute bonus blessing. I never expected. Swami even gave vibhuti packets. Uncle, and I have one packet, you can give it to everybody. Swami gave vibhuti packet also. I was very stunned because it was an absolute blessing. But that came. So what I feel is most important in our life is we develop a connection with our God. Our Lord for us is Swami. But even if it is Buddha or Jesus or Rama or Krishna, develop some relationship. As a mother, a father, or a friend, or a guru, or a guide. Develop a relationship and keep that relationship going always. Because that will help us in ways which we cannot even imagine. If it means wiping out our tears, it will do. Even if it means giving back our eyesight, it will give. If it means clearing our blindness in many other ways, it will do. It will always stand by us. That is the only treasure that I have in my life. My relationship with Swami, with my God. And that is a treasure nobody can take away from me. And that is a treasure that will ensure that I am never poor, never depressed, never down, ever in my life. Any questions?
Anything to ask, any questions, please feel free.
Can you share one of your personal experiences which you treasure the most with Swami? Can be anything without us doing?
Okay. I'll tell you the experience of a talk that I had to give. I mean, this experience happened during my low days only. It was a low day in the sense I had felt that everything had. I told you about the dream just before that dream kind of days. That was in my second year MSc, when I was doing my chemistry MSc. I was in second year postgraduate, and the sports meet time had come. No, before that, what used to happen is, in the mandir, Swami would ask, are there any boys there to speak? And I would raise my hand. Swami will tell, okay. And in the sense, Swami, warden will come and tell Swami, he's from this class, he's such and such, he speak. 1 month later, Swami asks, again I raise my hand. One more again. One Swami asks, don't you have anybody else in the hostel to speak? And I felt very hurt. So in fact, I asked Swami, you want me to speak or not? Okay, you come, you speak. That was a very difficult, I'm feeling very pained by Swami. And when I stand there, I can't tell, Swami has hurt me. I can't tell. I have to stand and tell, Swami? It was a very tough situation. So that speech was very small. But after that I decided, Swami, I am never going to speak. I won't speak. You see next time what will happen. There will be nobody to speak. And so next time Swami asked, Anybody to speak? I kept my hand down. Nobody raised. And then Swami suddenly picked one boy and said, "Will you speak?" He said, "Yes, Swami." Swami called him speak. Absolute rubbish, something he spoke. Swami, no? And the whole audience was and Swami called 5 boys after that. 6 boys spoke for 3 minutes each. 20 minutes, 6 boys. And Swami said, speeches means it should be like this. Even I was not receptive, you know. When Swami said speeches means it's not about the words that they spoke. It's about their surrender. Just imagine, he's absolutely not prepared. If I go to speak there, I will make a fool of myself. He knows it. But when Swami, since you say, I'm going to speak. That was their attitude. My attitude was, hey, it's not that I'm a great speaker, Swami. I'm fantastic. So you pick me and I speak. I'm saving you actually. That was my attitude. But it happened. It continued and I was absolutely neglected. So then what happened was, sports meet time came. In the sports meet, there was an event called Carabining, where from near Buddha statue in the stadium, that is from around 60 meters to 100 meters high, on a rope you come down. And we had a coach from Singapore itself. He was a coach from Singapore, with whom I had some little friction. It was not I've seen it now. Singapore is a very disciplined country. He was also very disciplined, and I was actually little indisciplined. And so he said that it's not about who can do it well, it's about discipline. You don't want this boy with discipline. And I felt, Swami, see, you did this. You did this to me. Means I was not in the team that were going to Carabine on the final day in front of Swami. I was supposed to be in the support staff because I am indisciplined. He did it, but I put it on Swami. I said, see, Swami, you did it. You don't want to give me any chance. You don't want to give me the chance to speak. You don't want to give me chance to do this. So then what happened was, the teacher in charge, I'm a final year student. So usually they are given all the chances because next year they'll be out of the institute. So he felt bad for me. He said, you go and join some other thing. Go and join the commentary team if you want. I said, no need. I felt there also Swami will do something and I will become something. So no need. I said, no need, sir, I'll be in this only. I told a lot of frustration and depression, and sir thought, this is the kind of sacrifice seniors do. So I became a hero anyway, but because of that, but it was absolutely not my heroism at all. But he said, in appreciation for your greatness and glory, when Swami comes to the practice session, that day if you want, you do it. So you will get a chance to do it in front of Swami, because Swami comes for practice session daily. Daily he comes and sees one event and he tells, improve this, improve that. So he said, when Swami comes for practice session, you do, it doesn't matter. Only on final day that coach has said that, I'll talk to the coach. So I got some hope I got. So one day I had a stomach upset. I had loose motions. So I went and told sir that, sir, today I won't be able to come because I won't. He said, fine, today you go to Mandir, have darshan. I'm going to Mandir, Swami's car is going out. Hey, you're not coming, Swami is going to see Carabine. The day I am going to Mandir with loose motion, Swami has gone to ground and said, have Carabine, I want to see Carabine. So I also stood far away, seeing Swami, seeing the Carabine. That day I started crying. I said, Swami, every moment of my life, correct, you are only planned it. But you have planned it in such a way that every moment I get maximum pain. I was so angry, foolishly angry. Then, in anger, they say never speak because you speak all stupid things. And I said, Swami, you have never given me anything in life. All the things that in life I have got, only because of myself I have got. You didn't give me anything. And I left it. The sports meet took place, it was nice, it happened very well, it went on very well, our event went very well. And 3 days later the prize distribution day is there. And on that day usually a student gives a speech. The warden calls me and asks, Arvind, did you give a speech? I said, what? Is he out of his mind? Swami is not looking at my face. Swami doesn't want me to speak. And I said, sir, did Swami ask you to tell me? He said, no. If See, tomorrow the Vice Chancellor is speaking, the Principal is speaking. After that, if Swami asks, are there any students? We plan to propose your name. A man's proposal is God's disposal. I said, "You propose my name." If first of all 2 speakers are there before discourse. After that, if Swami asks, they want to give my name. The minute Swami sees my face, I was sure Swami will tell no need of this fellow. So, but warden is telling, so I said, okay sir, I'll prepare. Then, every 2 weeks, we have a thing called movie show in the hostel. They get some good movies. One day we have a spiritual movie, next day we have an action movie, next we have a comedy movie, that way each. So that night there was an action movie called Executive Decision. So then I made my executive decision. I said, I'm never going to speak tomorrow. I'll go and see the movie. I won't prepare any speech. So I went and saw the movie that night. Slept late that night because I was chatting and talking, because I was very, very down and I was doing anything to keep my mind off that. I'm feeling nothing I'm getting in my life. So next day morning I get up late. And then I was doing photography, but so many of my friends are there they're marching, they're escorting Swami, they're receiving cups from Swami. So I had to be in Mandir in time. But even when I'm down, no, I never miss Mandir. Because never know. Even if Swami is angry with me, I'm angry with Swami. Swami walks in here, I want to watch. Okay, so I have to go to Mandir, it's already time. So I didn't take bath, I didn't shave. I went leather only to Mandir. Anyway, Swami will not see my face. Anyway, he'll never come in smelling distance of me. I'm repelling Swami in many ways. This way also repelling. I went leather only to Mandir. Then somebody said, you're sitting in the front and shooting photographs, at least you shave and come. You really shave and come. I said, Swami may come anytime now. He said, yeah, it doesn't look good. You go and shave and come. So I thought, now if one person has said, if everybody else tells, it's a problem. So I rushed. Chitravati Road, there only. I'm hearing it's about to start. I said, quickly, remove the beard. He started taking out the shaving. I said, remove the beard, not the shaving cream. Scrape it out. He quickly shaved and I rushed back to Mandir. Swami came, he sat, and first the principal spoke, then the Vice Chancellor was speaking. In the meanwhile, 2 of my classmates came. They are dressed like grooms. Full safari, rose in the pocket, neat vibhuti, hair, every hair is disciplined and neat. Padmas are sitting behind me. I asked, are you speaking? He said, no, warden sir told us to be ready. I told he told me also to be ready. My full arm shirt doesn't have cufflinks, it's folded halfway. I just shaved. So then, in middle as Vice Chancellor is speaking, that day Swami is going on looking at me. Just looking at me. Then he calls the Vice Chancellor. Tells him something. The Vice Chancellor goes to the podium and says, Bhagavan has blessed 2 students to speak to us today. I said, yeah. Raju, Jagdish. He said, the first is Tina Thomas from the Anantapur campus. Oh, Anantapur, okay, one girl. One of these 2 boys. And he gave her biodata. I mean, she has done this and that and this and that and this, and she'll speak. And the second is Aravind Balasubramanian. I was shocked. Me? I have not even given my biodata. He did carabiner. That is my introduction, because I have not given my biodata. They don't know. And he had seen me because I am a senior student in the campus. He had seen me because all the senior students, they will know who are their seniors in this event. So he saw no biodata. He has done carabining. I have not done carabining also. I was tense at this time. I don't have anything. I have not prepared anything at all. And then I thought, okay, Swami, when this girl speaks, no, hopefully she'll not be well prepared. She'll muff or she'll make a mistake, and then the expectation of the crowd will go down. These are all the thoughts that are going. They say, no, concentrate, think something. Tina Thomas, MA in literature itself. Shakespeare, Shelley, Keats, like musical instruments it sounds. And the ladies' campus, for them she's like a warrior. Just fighting, And our side, my classmates and all, they usually know that I speak well. They don't know what all has happened from last night. They tell me, no problem, Arvind will come. He'll speak, not worry. I don't know. So I turned back and I asked my friends, you have prepared your speech? Yeah, what experience are you going to have? So one of the boys telling me his experience. I said, okay, no, you just change seats with that before. Tell him also to come and tell. And meanwhile, I had borrowed cufflinks from a boy next to me. I put on my cufflinks. I took Ranganath Raju's rose. His rose I took. And he's about to start his experience. Jai Sai Ram! And here, our brother Amaya, he was also sitting in third line, sitting fully straight and like my brother is going to do it like that. Right, chest puffed up, he's also sitting there. And I'm just going. And usually when you go to speak, you tell Swami, speak through me. You speak through me. Till now, I had been doing it mechanically. So I need not speak actually. I have to. This time I went, Swami, can I really speak to you? Go speak. So I went to the podium and I'm standing. So here all are looking. Om Sri Sir, I'm offering my humble pranams to the lotus feet of beloved divine esteemed elders, dear brothers and sisters. That you wake me up at 12 o'clock in the midnight, I'll tell you. That came fine. That came out fine. After that, my first statement, the annual sports and cultural meet is an annual meet. And brother Amaya, who is sitting in third line, very depressing. So what is after that, started blunder after blunder. I mean, I thought, quickly I made a speech. I said, okay, in the sports meet, there is primary school, there is higher secondary school, there are Anandpur girls, there are the Vrindavan boys and the Prashanti Nilayam boys. I'll speak about one event about each of them. That's a nice speech. In the meanwhile, I get time to think. First primary school, little children. I said, when we practice in the ground, it is so hot. We put sunscreen lotion. But what about those tiny kids? 2-year-old, 3-year-old? And they all started laughing because they're not 2-year-old, 3-year-old. They're 5-year-old, 6-year-old. But I had only the image in mind, their height is like some 2 Coke bottles. And when you're giving a serious speech, once they all laugh at you, that incident is over. It's buried. You can't. So, primary school, what I tried, that muffed. So then, the maximum laughter, the maximum depression was from the boys' side. My classmates, my everybody whom I let down. And the maximum laughter was from the other girls' side. That is, Then I thought, what I'll do? I will speak about their sports event. You can't laugh at your own event, And what I spoke was absolute stupidity. I mean, I just, when you're speaking off the cuff, you remember whatever is immediate. I remembered that day, that year, the Anandpur girls had done, Anandpur sisters, they had done the ramp jump with bikes. So what had happened was I was standing with my teacher and he said, Arvind, see, as she's preparing for the ramp jump, what all will be going on your head? I said, forget her, sir. Look at that girl who is sleeping there 16th. How will you be thinking it's so And just like this, I told it in front of Swami, in front of the whole audience. I'm saying, being Swami's student, standing there in front of next to Swami, I'm saying, I said, sir, imagine what is going on in the head of the girl who is sleeping 16th over there. So everyone, I said, Swami, when are you going to start speaking? Absolutely collapsing. I'm running out of ideas. Then I don't know what happened. I just said something, I don't even remember now. If I have to see back in the CD there, I said something and the whole audience burst into applause. I said, whoa, they're clapping. I mean, they are really, is it charity? No, really. Then after that, one after another, I counted after that, 8 times they clapped. 8 times. Became a big hit. I was so thrilled, I was so relieved. That was the first time where my legs are shivering. Thank God the podium is there, I can't see. You see only my face. The most trembling 18 minutes of my speaking life. And when that got over, it ended very well. It ended very well and very well received and huge applause. And you know, like one on the spot, that is what Swami does. You know, when Swami comes to you, it is not only in the physical form. He can come in the form of your inspiration also. Like Swami was, the Vice Chancellor had given Swami a rose bud. And Swami was going on doing like this with the bud. On the spot, I don't know, when I look at Swami, I say, you see that? That is very symbolic. Because Vice Chancellor is symbolic of the elders. We are like those rosebuds. The elders offer us at Swami's feet, and Swami with his touch makes us blossom. I mean, I don't know. And Swami really saw the rose plant and because Swami responded like that, everybody felt more happy, they clapped. But in the end, it became a super hit. From flop to hit with one hero's entry. I was relieved. I went back after the speech and I said to Swami, so I didn't say anything. Just took namaskar. Swami, which class? Swami, MSc Swami. So I was getting up and going. Swami said, hey, Swami, तुमको जिंदगी में स्वामी कुछ नहीं दिया ना? He said, in Hindi he said, Swami never gave you anything in life, no? He said, it hit me and there only one tear started coming. I said, नहीं Swami, मेरी जिंदगी में जो भी है सब आपने दिया. Swami, whatever I have in life, you only gave Swami. Take this. Swami materialized, he created this chain, he put it around my neck. Whatever happens, keep love for God, love, only love. I mean, what was a debacle? The beauty of God is when you fall from the cliff, 1 inch before you hit the ground, He can catch you and put you back on the cliff. What was supposed to be the most debacleless day in my life turned out to be the most memorable day in my life. This is one experience that I cherish the most.